All right. This will be short sequence, relatively short, just for working on runner's lunge, where we're going to activate and power our glutes and our legs and kind of warm them up, and then really finish with a runner's lunge. This will be more about asana, some more of the physical practice for people that need something short. So if you have blocks, I have 2 eggs. If you have blocks, you can grab them. That might come in handy. And then lie down on your back. And even though this is asana focus, let's at least take just a few grounding breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Again. See how much awareness you can bring to this moment. One more large breath in. Maybe sigh it out. And bend those knees. And then grab the back thighs. Just give your legs a little hug. Rock. And widen the legs. Extend them. And bend. Extend. And bend. And we can plant the feet either on the blocks or on the earth. And begin to peel the spine off the earth and lift into a bridge. Adjust here so you're on your shoulders. Press the backs of the palms into the earth. And then lower part way. And have hips as a unit and lift. You can find your stability. Lower and lift. We engage the glutes. A few times. Do 2 more. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. Stay lifted if you can. Lift your left leg up. Again, you could continue with the single leg. Lower the hips part way. And lift. It's a little bit pre-fatiguing. Lower. And lift our glutes. Just activating them for the runner's lunge. Do 3 more. 2. Press through that planted foot. Last one, lower part way. Lift, extend that top leg. Lower the heel toward the earth. Touch that block, perhaps through the shin wheel. Lift and lower. Lift. And let the hips come down. Allow that left leg to go long as perhaps you hug that right thigh in. And that shin might be on the block of the extended leg. It could also be planted. The foot could be planted if you need. And make some circles with the right hip. Reverse. Perhaps bring that leg slightly over the body and extend the leg and bend. Reach and pull in. 2 more. Last one, lengthen, bring it in alignment with the hip socket. Perhaps pull it toward the face. Inhale. And exhale to curl and roll up. Engage the core and lower. We always need our core in runners, lunges, and every movement that we do. Last one, roll up. And then hug that knee in again. Perhaps lengthen both legs. They might land on these blocks. That could be quite nice to enjoy a long body stretch with the blocks, and you might even lift your glutes off the earth. And lower and hug both knees in. Adjust your blocks as needed if you have them to be underneath the feet for the other side. Yippity-doo-dah. Let's roll through the hips and lift them up and lower part way. Lift and lower. A few more. Whole time again, you could stay with this. Or lift. And then send that right knee up toward the sky. And lower the hips partway and lift. We want to find the stability through the supporting leg. So this is all about, if we press through the foot, we can get better glute engagement. Breathe here. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. 2 more. Last one, lift. And lengthen that right leg. Lower it. Perhaps you land on the block and lift. Lower. And lift. Integrate the ribs here. Lower. Lift and the hips come down. Hands clasp that right leg. Oh, left leg can go long here. Oh, no, I got it wrong. It's the opposite way. Let's extend that right leg out and hug the left knee in. So much for the pretty transition, but that's okay. Lengthen the left leg up. I'm not someone who refilms. I just do it. Inhale. Exhale to roll up. Inhale to lower. As long as I remember in time. Roll up. And lower. One more time. Curl. And lower. Let's bend that knee and make those circles. And take some control here. Reverse. There. Now lengthen that leg out over the block. Long body stretch again. And then hug those legs in. And you could just meet us in tabletop or rock and roll up and down the spine. There's no osteoporosis, things like that. Chin's tucked. And then roll so that you come up into a forward fold. Dangle the head. And then step back. Let's start with the left foot. Drape the back shin here. And then lift the torso. And we're in our low crescent lunge. From here, because we're lowered, and you can even bring those hands to the blocks, have them on the highest height. We have this support. You can allow the knee to come past the ankle for more of us. It can be a nice stretch through the hips here. And lengthen the lead leg, flex the toes, and come back into your hamstring opener. And forward again. And back. And forward, and with or without the blocks. I'm going to place these under my hands on the lowest height. Can tuck those back toes and rock forward and back on those toes. That's the rear leg. And from here, pause. Perhaps you come onto the highest height of your blocks. Adjust your feet as you need, and really draw isometrically that right heel toward your midline. And perhaps you lift off. These are nice and light, so I'm going to lift them up with me. In the runner's lunge. But also stay low. Really drive that heel of the back leg toward that wall behind you. Press into the forefoot. Then pitch the body forward, circle the arms behind the body, open up through the heart. And perhaps you bring your chest to the inside of your leg. Hands could interlace here. And then place the hands down and step forward into a squat. Nice and wide. Hands come up by the sides of the ears. And then press yourself up to stand. And then right back into the mala squat, perhaps hands at heart center this time. And then hands plant as you lengthen the legs. Shake the head. And heel toe, those feet more hip widths apart. So you can send that right leg behind you, drop the shin, and we're on the other side. Come into your low lunge here. Use the blocks if you wish. Let's roll up for just a moment. Feel that 90-90. And then deepen the lunge if you're able. It's not for everyone. With the support of your blocks. Lengthen your stance as you need. Sometimes we don't take a long enough stance. And then forward and back. Send those hips back in space as you flex through the lead toes and come forward and back. Trying to send the hips directly back behind you rather than swaying off to one side. Mine tend to. Keep things strong. And then come forward into that high lunge. Still, well, not high lunge, still the back shin down. Come on to the blocks if you have them, and then lift the back knee. And you may rock forward and back here. Get on the lowest height for now. Rock forward and back. And from here, still the body. Maybe come higher up on the blocks if you need. And lift the torso up. Perhaps the blocks come with you, added weight. Pause here. Fire up the entirety of both legs. Draw that left heel toward you. Press through the back forefoot. And then integrate the ribs. Pull them toward the pubic bone. Circle those arms behind the body, wherever they land. Perhaps you interlace them, lift through the chest, and bring the chest to the inside of the lead leg for humble warrior. And hands release as you step forward. Widen your stance. Bend the knees, come into a squat. And again, lift up. And lower to mala. Show you from the front too. And press those upper arms into the thighs. Thighs press back. And you can let yourself sink a little and then lift a little. And sink. Lift. And sink. More a little left. Sink. And hands come down. Lengthen the legs. Heel toe, those feet closer together. And step back into a plank. Only to lower down onto the belly. Press and push any blocks out of the way. Perhaps hands underneath the forehead. Rock the hips on the earth. And then from here, slide that right leg up to the side in kind of a frog position. So shin in line with knee. I like to flex the foot. Some people don't. Release the inner thigh. And then switch. Other side. Maybe even turn your gaze toward that side. And slide that leg long and roll onto your back. Let's start with the right leg. This is more of a stretching portion. So that left foot will plant, cross that right ankle over, interlace the fingers and weave them around the bottom thigh, flex top foot, and resist. Right thigh resists into hands, hands resist into thigh. Let the hands go. Allow the feet to drape to the left Right foot will plant to rotation. Point the knee to the sky if able, the top leg. And allow the legs to come to the opposite side. And then lengthen them out and roll onto your back in this star. And we'll come to the other side. The left foot will cross. Weave the hands through. Find your figure four. Inhale. As you exhale, the fingers uncoil and the legs drop to the right. Arms lengthen. Knee, top knee to sky. Use the core, bring the legs to the opposite side. Lengthen everything out and return to your spine. Let's take a few rounds of breath here. Don't need a long time to come into the present moment. We just need to come into it here and now, over and over. Be right here on the floor for at least 2 more breaths. Add some movement to the body. Perhaps you rub the finger pads, the thumb pad on the other fingers. Build some sensation there, some awareness. As you wiggle the toes, feel them slide against one another and or the space between each one. And let that go. Whenever you're ready, find your way onto your side, favorite side. And make your way to a seated posture of your choice. Arms reach overhead. As you bring them through to heart center. You carry this awareness, the awareness that you've built today, and the strength you built today with you as you move forward with today's activities. Satnam. Thank you for practicing with me today, and I hope you have a nice day. Bye for now.